This is Mira, and I wanted to, not introduce Mira to you, because recently at a water baptism here on a Sunday, Mira was water baptized and shared a little snippet of her story. But I wanted to get more of that story today, and I wanted to introduce her to you. So Mira, how are you today?
A little nervous.
Yeah, no, a little nervous. I'm nervous every time I come up. I fainted one time before preaching, so I get it. Give her a big hand clap for having the boldness to come up here today. Mira, at that water baptism, you shared how God had worked in your life. Tell us a bit about your background.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Mira. I come from a Hindu background. So I was born as a Hindu. My both parents were Hindu. So when I was small, I was in the practices, and then I got married. My husband was also a Hindu.
By the way, your husband and child are over there. Give a little wave there. There they are. There, yeah. All right.
Yep. So after I got married, 3 months after I got pregnant, and the baby was good. And then 12 weeks, I had a miscarriage. So the baby's heartbeat stopped, and it continued for 4 times, like 4 miscarriages. And then I got really depressed. Like, I was angry. I even told my husband, you can divorce. Are you going to have a baby because I can't give you one? I felt so bad. I was so depressed. But my husband and my family were together. Some say was like, why don't you adopt? Why don't you go for surrogate? But I wanted to feel the baby in my womb, the kicks, the flutters. I wanted to feel it, but it didn't happen. So I was so depressed. I don't want to talk to anyone. Then I came to Canada. And there was a friend who told me, her name is Sharon and her husband name is Sharon and her name is Shilpa. So they told me, this couple, whoever they pray, they get a baby. I'm like, okay, I have done everything under the sky. Why can't I go and do it?
Anything at that point.
Yeah, I'm ready to do. I have done everything. So let's go. And they both prayed for me, and in the end of the prayer, that brother told me, you will have a baby of your own. Because God is showing me you will have your baby.
They were believers in Christ.
Yes. Their story is amazing. They go the same hardships. So, okay, but how do I pray to this God? I don't know what to do, because if you ask me, I have so many things in my ways, but I don't know. She said, did you talk to me, right? You go and talk to the same. So I opened my windows. I don't know where the God is. So I looked up to the sky and I said, okay, everyone is saying you are the real God, but you are my last hope. You are my last hope, but don't break my heart. This was the only prayer. I didn't say I want this baby. I didn't say anything. You are my last hope. I came to you. Please don't break my heart. And then, right? I was stupid. I said, okay, if you are a real God, tomorrow I will come and see the windows, and I would want to see pink clouds. Then I will believe that you are the real God. It was February 7, 2023, 7:16 a.m. because I took my picture. So I came out and opened my apartment window. The whole cloud was in pink.
Wow.
But still, I didn't believe. I said, okay, tomorrow I'm going to a church which is nearby. The church ride is 1 hour. It's in downtown. Within this 1 hour ride, if I see 2 babies, then I'm going to believe you again. Yes, I did. So 1 hour I didn't see babies. See, it was a luck. I just saw pink clouds, but doesn't. But the moment I entered into the altar, there was a couple holding 2 babies and coming out of this church. I was so surprised, and I got called from my gynec, and she told me I'm pregnant.
Wow.
So everything was going good, and the 12th week, that is the most scary but that's the week my baby's heartbeat usually stops, and it came to the 12th week, I started bleeding very badly, and then I said why? I had so much hope. This 3 months, I was in so much hope. But then I went to this ER, and then the radiologist, the doctors came and said okay, we need to hear the heartbeat to make sure the baby is there. And he was about to do this, and he rolled up his sleeves. There was a cross tattoo on his hands. I said, like, my baby's heartbeat is there. He said, like, no, you have to see. No, I said, like, my heartbeat's there. And he checked the heartbeat and he said, I didn't even see the monitor. I told like this. And he said, yes, your baby's heartbeat is there.
Wow.
For the whole month, I was bleeding. You don't believe, I was actually bleeding. So I wanted to have Bible. I don't have anybody to there. So I started reading Bible. And there are 3 verses which gave me promise. So I wrote these 3 verses on a board. Every morning I come there, I read these 3 verses, I go back, because it gave me hope. And my labor day came, and there was one nurse, I have to say her name. Her name is Louise. She was in Scarborough General Hospital. So she doesn't know that I'm a believer. She came, and I was sitting in the triage room, and she said, like, she came and she kept her hands on my womb, and she started praying for me. I'm like, okay, she doesn't know that I'm a believer. And then I went into labor. It was 32 hours of labor. And then on the labor, my baby's heartbeat was slowing down. Sometimes it went to 25, 30, sometimes I don't hear the heartbeat at all. It was going on, and that time I said, Lord, you came for this. I came this much not to lose my baby, right? So I shouted loud, if you are here, I want you to be here. I don't know how you will come, where you will come. I need you to be here. This is what I exactly shouted on the labor room. I want you to be here now. Like, I not even requested, I commanded, like, I want you to be here now. And you don't believe, this nurse, Louise, she came all over into my labor ward, and she didn't say anything. She holded my said, fear not, your son will be born. Imagine she doesn't know what is the gender of my baby. She holded my son and she said, your son will be born. I know. And then the next 2 nurses who were there, they said, are you a believer? I said, yes. And this Louise nurse, she started saying my first verse, Isaiah 41 verse 10, do not be afraid, I'm your God. So that verse. And the second nurse who told me the next verse, Psalms 139, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And the third nurse, she told me Exodus 14 is 14, be still, the Lord will fight for you.
Wow.
These are the only 3 verses which not even my husband knows, only I know. I came in early morning and I was praying this. And these 3 nurses, and the doctor who was supposed to come at 2:30, she came by 1, and she said, baby's heartbeat is going, let's make this labor. And my baby boy is delivered. After 12 years and 4 miscarriages, my baby.
Why don't you go ahead and stand?